So you guys recovered. You got in a little arm wrestling match in the inn. You rested. Uh, Went about and I think you might have made a purchase or two. And then another merchant, a dwarven merchant this time, got in touch with you and asked you to escort some goods from Neverwinter to um, a city of Phandalin, so he can help him try to reclaim something that's his. And he said he'd pay you some money for doing it. And when you guys got to Neverwinter, he and another individual had gone on ahead and left you a cart with a couple oxen. So while you guys were miffed that you didn't sign up to be to drive the wagon, since there was nobody else around to do it, you guys decided to take on the responsibility. And thankfully, the oxen were pretty tame. It was pretty easy. And a little while into the trip, you came across the remains of an ambush site. Some horses were killed and ransacked, and you could see drag marks running off into the wood line. And you found enough to indicate that the merchant that hired you guys was potentially one of the people that got captured. And so you followed the trail over to this mine, dispatched 2 goblins that were standing guard, and now you're at the entrance of the mine, about to proceed in. So the interior of the mine is dark. I'd say once you get about 15 feet in, it's too dark to see if you don't have dark vision or some kind of light source.
So I thought we already established that Tertius was going to throw his little dancing flames or whatever down out in front of him.
Oh, I don't recall.
I could be wrong.
Is Evander with us too?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I only saw 4 icons because it had the map at the wrong size.
Yeah, he was going to go ahead and use his produce flame.
Okay. So we ended with the just as the fight. So I'll assume that Evan Tertius brings up a produce flame, which I believe is just on his hand, isn't it?
Sheds a bright light in a 10-foot radius. So, I mean, he can't see as far as the others, but at least he's not in the dark and Evander isn't in the dark. So the other 3 can see further. But yeah, it's just a 10-foot radius.
Okay, and then dim light for another 10 feet. Okay. But it's on his hand, centered on his hand. Okay.
Correct.
And okay, it lasts for 10 minutes, and then he can also toss the flame at any time if he wants to, or just dispel it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a cantrip. Okay.
All right, so he's outside. There's light, but he brings the flame up in his hand. Dalen, you turn, and you can see. You can see about, like I said, 15 feet in before it starts to get too dim to really know what's going on. You can see some stairs here. You guys heard some noises that seem to originate from up these rough cut stairs. Those with dark vision can see what I've exposed on the map. Say again?
I do have dark vision.
Okay.
You just said something like directing at me that I could see 15 feet or whatever, so I just wanted to make sure. Clarify. Do we hear anything? Are there echoes? Are there sounds? Anything coming from in?
Well, this is running water, right? And it's flowing out of the cave. Again, you hear some growling from this direction.
I would say we'd want to go check out the growling, but somebody should also keep an eye on the up the river so we're not surprised while we're checking out the growling.
How high did you say the roof of this area was? Or is this an open like ravine?
So as this, it's not an open ravine; it's a cave entrance kind of thing, and it can be as it goes further in, it starts to climb. I'd say it's almost 20 feet at the edge of Dalen's vision, 20 feet high.
But at the entrance, it's like what, 10?
10, yeah. Kind of necks down a little bit.
All right, so Dalen, do you want to lead the way, or do you want Nadia to kind of skirt up along a wall and try to be stealthy and see what she can see up there?
I'm not as worried about being stealthy where the growling's coming from, but it might be worth keeping an eye up the river.
Sure. So as you move in and around the corner at the same time, I'll move to where I'm indicating, but I'm starting to climb up the wall.
Did we search the bodies of the ones that we took out outside before we started in here?
I thought we did.
You did. Nothing really to be named other than, some crappy, couple crappy bows and I think short sword.
Okay.
And some javelins.
Yeah,
Yeah,
didn't
we
we give
can-
one of those to Dalen or something?
Yeah, I think Dalen
Yeah, we
picked up
did.
some javelins, but I think that was about the extent of it. All right, so Dalen, as you get to hear, just inside the cave mouth, you see the few uneven stone steps leading up to a small, dank chamber on the east side of the passage. The cave narrows to a steep fissure at the far end and is filled with the stench of animals. Savage snarls and the sounds of rattling chains greet your ears where 3 wolves are chained up just inside the opening. Each wolf's chain leads to an iron rod driven into the base of a stalagmite.
This sounds like a job for Tertius.
Let me bring that open. There we go. You see the 3 wolves.
And is that one item in the like northern area of that cave? Is that the stalagmite that they're to?
Let's see. Tight comes down from the ceiling, right? Stalagmite goes up. So sure, we could say that's the stalagmite.
I just didn't know what their like how far their chains are. So are they within range to go ahead and attack Dalen? Because Tertius hasn't really started his move yet.
Right, and so where we are is 2 of the wolves have noticed you, Dalen, and one kind of pads over towards your direction. Give me a perception roll. Just Dalen.
I think my eyes are closed.
Okay. Nadia, did you say you went up on the wall? Or you're
Yeah,
in?
I'm up on the, I'm up on the wall. I'm not in the stream, so I crossed over and then went up the wall
Okay.
because I wanted to be able to look down, follow the river
Okay,
or the
so
creek
I
path.
will need an acrobatics check since you had to cross the stream, and your boots don't work very well for slick surfaces, and the wall will be fairly slick right above that stream. Okay, so I'll say you make it up the wall and you're kind of crouched there. You can give me a perception roll as well.
Regular or the
Just regular
my
perception.
past? Okay.
No, okay. So Dalen, you're not entirely sure if the wolves can get to you, but Nadi, you can see that the chains won't allow any of the wolves to get to the stairs.
Okay. So how loud is the creek?
Um,
I mean, am I
it,
going to have to yell for Dalen to be heard,
no,
for him to hear me, or not?
it's above a burble, but it's not like rushing water. You can hear some kind of smaller rapids further in, but I mean, this is only 5 feet wide. We're not talking a million gallons a minute here.
All right. So I let Dalen know that he needs to stop these wolves. They can't reach him yet, but he continues on. They may be able to. And am I able to see any further down this hallway or this riverbed, creek bed?
Yeah, I think so. You have dark vision, correct? Yes, you do. Yeah, you have dark vision. So let me see what I can uncover for you.
Okay. So I don't see anything, any critters though.
Um, let's see. Actually, with that perception roll, you do. You see one goblin who seems to be pretty well hidden. In fact, you're kind of surprised that you spotted him from where you were. But he does not see you at all. In fact, he doesn't seem to be all that attentive.
Okay. Well, I'll I told Dalen to stop, so hopefully I wasn't so loud that he would have heard me. Um, but I'll also let the others know that hey, we got other enemies up the way. I can't see everything, but there's at least one goblin up there.
Okay. Were you stealthing or no?
Yeah, I said I was being stealthy as I walked up, as stealthy as
Okay.
I can, obviously.
All right. Well, give me a stealth roll real quick, just so we can see how well you did. Oh,
Well, I didn't do well.
okay.
But between the growls and the river, maybe I'm okay.
Yeah, maybe. All right. So that's where you are. What are you guys gonna do?
Well, so I'm looking, and Jeff, I don't see anything in Tertius's toolkit that would like allow him to tame these wolves. I mean, I'm looking at maybe I'm missing something. So Jim, you may have to
Well,
help me here?
skills, just animal handling. Just trying to soothe the beast with just
That's just he's not even proficient in that.
well,
I mean, Nadia could do that just as well.
yep.
He could probably do it if he had chosen to focus.
Maybe, yeah. That's why I was asking, because I mean, I didn't level him up. Jim did the leveling, so that's why I was kind of asking if he knew. I mean,
Yeah, he took a wild shape. Um, just check it on Drake Discovery, Circle the Land.
when I look at wild shape, I try to pull up like what it does. It doesn't really tell me anything about it. I can't even. There's not even a summary.
You got to pull it up in the abilities tab,
Oh, not in the action.
right? Because I didn't copy anything over. Usually I copy stuff over into the actions tab, but evidently I didn't do it this time.
Okay, so in the ability, okay, there it is, wild shape.
And
So I could turn myself into a wolf.
let's see.
Second level example is wolf. No flying or
Yep.
swimming.
Yep.
But if I turn, let's see.
While you're thinking about that,
I'm just seeing if it allows me to communicate with these wolves, and if it would. It doesn't say anything about that, so that's why I was reading.
right? So if you don't have speak with animals, I mean, even though you're a wolf shape, you still maintain your mental faculties as a wolf. You just all the physical form. So if you're not really sure how to communicate as a wolf, you know,
Okay, that makes sense to me. That's why I was reading. I didn't see if didn't have anything that said I could do any better.
right.
So
So right here, as the main passage that you're in climbs up, you can see kind of a walkway along this right side. But over here in the shadows, you can kind of see a side passage that leads west. Kind of some rubble in the entryway there, but it's there. It seems to be just above the water line.
okay, so I look over at you know Wagner, Dalen. Do you guys want to regroup? Do we want to do something with these wolves, or we want to move forward?
We could ignore the wolves for now. If we attack the wolves, we'll probably draw the attention of whatever's upstream, because there's probably no way to avoid the sound.
The wolves, yeah. The wolves have been snarling and growling at each other, and and in fact, it's kind of the opposite now that you've appeared. That they've like one's bark baying, at you. Another's kind of got a low grrr, and the third one's just kind of real silent, staring at you.
I mean, I guess we could kill them with ranged weapons and prepare to be attacked by goblins if any of them hear us, just so we don't get someone coming in behind us and letting them free.
That's fine with me.
All right, I'm perfectly happy in standing back and throwing my javelins. Actually, I could start with the new javelins.
Wagner, any issue with that?
No.
All right. Well, I guess I'm first then. So where I am. Actions. I will shoot. Wolf 14.
All right. Right, you hit it. Okay, so you strike the wolf and it yelps, and then all the other two start barking immediately, and they bound and slam against their chains.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to keep walking up, and I'm going to walk over to the ceiling, and I'm going to get myself to like this point over on this side so I can watch that goblin, but I'm still looking at the wolves.
Okay.
And then I'm done.
Okay. Evander will move up to here, and he'll be done. All right. Well, 14 continues to strain against his chain, barking, growling, and snarling. Wolf 4 does the same thing, straining against the chain. Wagner.
I'll go ahead and use a throwing action here.
Okay. They seem to be watching you. So as you throw the axe over it, jumps to the side. Dalen? Now they are out of your physical melee reach, just
I'm
like
just
you are
gonna
out of
throw-
theirs.
Right. I'm gonna throw a javelin.
Okay. So the wolf gets brought down. You pierce it and kind of slumps over. And go ahead and end your turn.
Well, he can still move forward if he wants, can't he?
He
Yeah.
can, but
I'm just gonna stay here.
Okay.
I don't know if those wolves can move closer, so
they
I'll
can.
just stab
They have
them.
enough chain that it looks like they can move closer. Not to where you are.
Okay. Tertius will move up right behind Wagner, and he's going to hold his action. His action is he's ready to cast his flame if needed, produce flame.
To target it at somebody.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll say nothing there. All right. Wolf 11, he comes up to here, and as he reaches the end of the chain, you hear a crunch, and but the chain still holds, so he's still chained down.
Oh, that was a good strength check too. Did he like hurt himself?
Nope, didn't hurt himself. All right, you're up, Nadia.
Well, I will target Wolf 11. And yeah, I'll just target Wolf 11. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can shoot him with my short bow again.
Yep, no problem. Great damage rolls, guys.
And I'm going to stay here, but I'm going to, take a look over at the Goblin that I can see and just see if he's doing anything different at this point.
Nope. He seems to be very uninterested in anything. Evander will come up a little bit, but looks like you guys have things well in hand, so he'll wait. Wolf 4 comes up and you hear a crunch. Same sound, but the chain also holds. Wagner, you're up.
Yeah, I'll use my other hand axe and try and hit this Wolf 11.
Okay. Pretty much you targeted the wolf, but evidently you forgot that it was on a chain, and so as soon as it came to the end of the chain link, it got stopped short and your axe embedded itself in the ground in front of it. Dalen, start calling you pincushion with all the javelins sticking out of your backpack. Gonna take another one out and throw it.
Yep. Just making sure I had the right wolf targeted.
I thought it was the left wolf you were targeting.
All right,
My right, your left.
so you bring it down.
How could that be? If we're facing the same way, how could it be my right or your right and my left?
I'm not a wizard over here.
All right, you done?
Yeah.
All right. Tertius still holding his action still?
Yeah, he doesn't look like he can go anywhere, so.
All right, Goblin's still uncaring. All right, Nadia?
All right. Do I have a good view of Wolf 4, or am I going to hit Dalen in the head?
Yeah, I'd probably give you a -2 since you're trying to throw it like by Dalen up a bunch of steps. Unless you're up on the wall.
I'm on the ceiling. I'm upside down.
Oh, yeah, that almost makes it harder because now you're thrown by his body instead of over his shoulder.
Okay. Well, what I'll do is, can I actually get in by him to this point?
Sure.
All right. So I'll come in to that point and I'll shoot from there.
That'll work. Go ahead and target your wolf.
Yeah, I'm working on that.
Or just drop when you let go of the die for it roll, if it's dropped on top of the wolf token where it says wolf, then that'll work too. Nice. Brings it down.
Went through his eye socket into his brain.
So
That's impressive, figuring I'm on my on the ceiling.
Yeah, pretty good. Okay. So you dispatch the wolves. You can
Now
enter.
you retrieve my 2 hand axes.
Well, I was going to say the same thing. I'll carefully come down the wall and see if there's any arrows I can recover.
Roll me a d4 minus 2. Or just roll me a d4 and we'll subtract 2 off of it.
So how many javelins were there outside anyway?
I don't remember. How many do you have in your pack now?
Well, I had 4 when I got. Well, actually, I didn't check my pack. I just checked the ammo.
I guess I couldn't recover any of them.
Nope. Both
Pack
of them
had
broke.
6.
So I think we grabbed another 2 because I think you had 4 to start with. So I think we grabbed another 2.
Okay. I'd like, in general, do I recover all my javelins or just do I have to roll for those 2? I can't remember how we were doing that.
You roll me a percentage dice. So right click on the D10 and then just percentage. And I'll say as long as you rolled better than a 10%, the javelin's still usable. Yeah, so both your javelins are still usable. You can pick them both up. So go ahead and uncheck your ammo boxes on your inventory sheet so you know you got them.
And my ammo box currently says 4, although I have 6 in my backpack. How can it? Is that something I can change easily?
Yeah, you can just type 6 in your ammo. Are you arranging them so you can get to them fairly easily?
Yeah.
Say like they're on the side of your backpack or something. I won't begrudge you that. All right, so you look around the kennel and you inspect the chains, and turns out the crunching you heard was the pitons starting to bend that the wolves were pulling on, and you suspect that had they tugged another time, they probably would have come free. It all worked out.
So if this was a different game, if this was a different game, I'd say let's collect their pelts for crafting later. But
I was
I was going to ask if anyone has a knife so I can skin them for food.
I was going to say, you can go ahead.
Yeah, you could do that if you think you got enough time.
So does this cave just like peter out, or is there like a little crack that goes through?
So back there is a narrow opening in the east wall. It leads to a natural chimney that goes up, and it goes up, if you kind of glance, I'll say you could probably look, it says it goes up about 30 feet. At the bottom of this fissure here is a bunch of refuse and rubbish. So looks like it could be climbed.
Yeah, but how wide is it? Is it something that, I mean,
It's probably as wide as you see here. It's probably 3 feet wide or so, 4 feet wide.
does it like look like it just leads to daylight, or?
No, but it does go up 30 feet.
I'll look to the guys and say, hey, any reason we should go look up there? I'll climb up.
Okay, so
yeah,
for
that's fine.
you, yeah, go ahead and give me an athletics check for you. All right, you gonna give me another stealth check? Or are you
Sure.
just gonna climb it?
No, I'm always trying to be stealthy with Clanky being around. I'm stealthier than I was the first time.
Okay. So as you climb up and you peek, see what your stealth was. Okay. Okay. So let me uncover this. I'm going to put you there on the map just as a representation of you poking your head up over the lip.
All right. And does the goblin see me?
No, actually.
All right. Well, I'm not going to keep going up here. I don't want to. I know that my companions aren't going to be able to follow me, so I'll just shimmy my way back down.
I could follow you, but just the two of us probably isn't good enough up there.
Yeah. So what you
How would
saw
you follow me?
before you came back down is you saw a goblin, you saw a rather large wolf, and you saw a bugbear. But couldn't really see much more in the room beyond that.
That's fine. I'll shimmy back down and I'll let the guys know what I saw. You know, I don't want Clanky trying to get up there stealthily. He'll bring every goblin in the place down upon us.
Okay.
So I go back down. Oh, you're not going to leave it open?
No, you went back
All right.
down. You can't see him.
Yeah, but I know what's up there.
Sure.
Okay. Well, I'll describe what's up there. Let them know. Looks like, I saw a goblin, a wolf, big ass wolf, and a bugbear. But I don't think it's something that we can all shimmy up there. So I think we ought to kind of start making our way around uh, the rest of the cavern. So do we want to try to go off on that side passage, or do we want to go take out this goblin here and risk whatever else might be coming our way?
At which point Tertius says, "What goblin?" Because I don't recall you told them that there was a goblin up on the bridge yet.
I know I told Bogner and Dalen. Tertius may have been out of earshot, and as well as Evander. There. So
Okay.
I'll let them know what I saw. And there's a goblin. There's the river, the little creek continues on. There's a path over on the right side of it. There's a bridge or a wooden structure of some sort that I can see, and right at the edge of one of that bridge, there was a goblin I was able to see.
From this vantage point, you can see a little bit more into the passageway to the west.
So which way are we going, guys?
Well, do you want to stay out of the water or not?
I'm going to walk on the ceiling, so it doesn't matter to me.
Okay. So how are you guys going to be proceeding? Will you be attempting to stealth or just walking?
Walking. Well, I will be attempting to stealth. I can move ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I'm walking up the wall and onto the ceiling, and so I'm gonna kind of walk over on the ceiling right to about this location, keeping an eye on Mr. Goblin and seeing what I can see down this hallway. Now, if they want to kind of line up behind me, that'd be cool because obviously they make more noise.
So if I'm attempting to stealth and I fail, do I make more noise than if I wasn't attempting to stealth, or is it the same noise as if I wasn't attempting to stealth?
No, so you don't like crash and make a lot of noise, right? You just aren't making any more noise than you normally would. You're not being very stealthy. It's not like you draw attention to yourself. I mean, if you roll a 1, yeah, okay. You know, for the case of story, I'd say maybe you trip and crash a little bit, but otherwise it's just you don't succeed at being stealthy. It's not like you get punished for being less stealthy than if you just walk.
No.
Well, I'll wait for Nadia to signal that she wants me to move up.
Okay, so you guys are going to
Yeah.
follow in that. You're going to go ahead and follow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what do I see then off to the that one passage, Jimmy?
Okay.
As well as anything else I can see in the other direction.
Are you attempting? So before you do that, are you attempting to? If you're gonna stealth, give me a stealth roll for whoever's
Okay.
moving.
That's me. And I'm on the ceiling.
Okay. So Dalen, you are not stealthing.
I'm gonna actually hold where I am, not walk.
Okay. Then I'll waggle your token so we get rid of that, so I don't get confused. Okay. So from where you are, you can definitely see a bridge to the northeast, and then to the west.
Am I able to see any further along that passage or no?
No, it just looks like it rises as it goes up.
To the northeast, where the bridge is?
Both. So this rises more kind of gently, but this has 2 steep inclines. Almost
Okay.
like
I was
ledges.
just hoping the other edge of the bridge was what I was looking for, but okay.
Sure.
So what happened there? I just got some things in here that say selection mode and target mode.
Oh, I just unlocked it so I could
Okay.
quickly mask and unmask.
Gotcha.
Selection mode, target mode, that just allows you to, like, let's say there's a group that you want to select. You could just draw a box and it would select that group versus control left clicking on each one.
Okay.
So that'll appear and disappear at different times as I unlock the map to do stuff.
Well, based on my knowledge of what's up the other way, I don't want to not want to send them up there that yet. Before we find out what might be behind us. So I'm gonna start indicating the guys come up. I'm gonna keep an eye on Goblin 6, but I want them to go up this passage. So I'm gonna stay here right at this bend. I may move a little bit further so they don't have to go around my head.
Okay. I'll say because if I draw a straight line between you and that goblin, here, let me move you over. That he's got partial cover because he's kind of half hidden by that alcove. You can see
Which
him.
means I have partial cover too, then, right?
Yeah. So it'd be -2 for either of you to try to get the other.
Yeah, I'm not going to try to attack him. I'm going to tell the guys I want them to go up this other passageway.
Okay. This passageway to the west?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so I'd like each character to let me know how you're proceeding.
Well, Dalen's up first, so because we're not following the combat tracker right now, are we? More following a marching order.
Yep. Are you stealthing, Dalen, or no?
I'll try something.
Before you do that, I'm going to try to indicate that you should go into the water and follow the water up.
All right.
Okay. All right.
And then up the passage.
Your splashing isn't much more than what the water would already be making, so you get to there. That's what, 15 feet? So you get another 15 feet if you want to continue.
Yeah, go ahead and continue up, Dalen. I'll watch the goblin. At least get up so everybody else can get into the passage behind you.
We're going up the side passage.
Yes.
Okay.
You look like you still have another 5 feet of movement if you want to go any further to look.
I have the gloves of spider climbing, or no, gloves of climbing and swimming that I can also use.
Okay.
All right, so so that's a cliff face there. So you're gonna attempt to start climbing?
I was just trying to move as far as I could to start with.
Okay, we'll put you right there, and then we'll say you're at the bottom of that. Okay.
Wagner's turn.
You gonna do the same thing? Give me a stealth check.
So you want me to go up that side passage?
Yeah, I want you to go up the side passage. I want to see if there's something we need to take care of up there before we come up and try to worry about Goblin Man here.
Okay. Plot your movement. All right, I'll allow you get up there. And again, you might have been slightly louder than Dalen, but didn't seem to cause any issues. Nadia, as you continue to watch Goblin 6 up there by the bridge, he Like I said, he seems to be rather unconcerned about actually paying any attention.
All right. Well, there's Tertius's stealth.
Okay, and he has his produce flame out so he can see.
Yes.
Okay.
I forgot how far he can move.
He can
30.
move 30. But
Ah,
as he gets to here, the goblin kind of startles and looks up and squints. Steps up to here and starts yelling back this way. Does anybody speak Goblin?
let me look. Where would that be? Let's see. There it is. Common, Elvish, Undercommon. It's on the skills page. Or no, abilities page. Abyssal, Common, Draconic, and Druidic. So neither one, neither Tertius nor
There you
Nadia
go.
speaks
We can just do it
Goblin.
that way. So he barks and coughs and grunts and barks really loud up that way.
Okie doke.
And Bogner, Dalen, give me perception checks. Okay. You hear the sound of running feet running by you from up over this ledge.
Okay. Well, since we're all here, do we need to roll an initiative, or are we just going to go ahead and start? Did Goblin already take his turn, and now it's my turn, or?
So we'll say, I was just looking at that to see if there's any other thing he can do, and he does. He can do one thing. He will throw a javelin down at Tertius.
So he doesn't see me?
Doesn't look like it.
Okay.
Oh, and he hits. He hits Tertius.
Well, did Tertius get to finish his move first before you do that? He wasn't done moving. I mean, he still had movement left, so I'm just asking.
All right, tell you what, give me a, let's see, int or wisdom, one of those two.
Enter wisdom
And yeah,
off the main page. Now,
just
save
a
or-
check. No, just a check. We'll see if he had the self-control or will to continue. I'm gonna say with that no. When the gnome started barking, he stopped in his tracks and looked up to see what was going on.
Okay.
All right. So that's that. So we'll say we're at top. All right, so we are top of the round.
So is my turn or no?
Yep, it is your turn.
So before I start my turn, if I move up to this guy, how high above him am I on the ceiling? Can I reach him, or am I going to be?
You'd be about. Let's see. So the bridge is about 20 feet above the stream, and there's probably another 10, 15 above it. So I could, with the stalactites, I'd say, yeah, you could probably find a spot where you're on the ceiling still, but yet within melee of the goblin. Or you could choose to be on the ceiling, but not in melee with the goblin.
I think discretion is going to be the better part of valor for me on this one. I'm going to go ahead and fire my arrow at him.
Okay.
I'm going to miss him. But then I'm going to go ahead and just move around the corner so he has no line of sight on me. Do I need to move further? I can move
Yep.
further.
Need to move a little further. All right. Now you got no line of sight. Okay.
So I'm going to let him know. I'm going to let Bogner and Dalen know that, hey, we've got a goblin. He saw Tertius. I missed him with my first shot. And then I'm actually going to come down the wall. Well, no, I'm not going to do that yet. I'll stay up on the ceiling until because I'm going to come back over onto the other side and get onto that path. So my turn's done right now, though.
Okay. Evander. He's going to come in to here. And let's see. He's going to take a look at Tertius. Didn't take a lot of damage. So he's not going to do any healing. But he will. He's going to give Tertius some bardic inspiration. Since he's kind of the weakest of the group.
Okie doke.
All right. And let's see. Nope. I was going to see if anybody gets anything, but what you guys see now is a pretty large wave of water come rushing down this chasm. It overflows the steps and it's coming right down the middle of the causeway. Looks like for whatever reason they've kind of released a miniature flood that is just washing down through this stream area. So what I'll need is Tertius and Evander to give me dexterity saving throws. So I'll grab all right. So with that, Tertius makes it up there. Evander makes it up onto the stairs with those, and the flood just kind of rolls through and out.
When Tertius moves up there, I'm going to tell him just extinguish that flame for now. Just going to say, put out the flame.
Okay. He's like, oh, kind of waves his hand and goes out.
So, where is it? For the lay on hands, even though it's broken up into sets of 5 right now, can I heal 4? And because it looks like that 5 has been used earlier for something.
Yeah, you can heal less than 5, sure.
But does that keeps 6 for the remainder, right?
Mm-hmm. You just need a pool of 5 to do like cure poison or cure a disease.
And I do have that checked off. Do you know if I did
Yep.
Like,
You used one use of lay on hands.
okay, but I assume that was just 5 points as opposed to a disease or a poison.
Yep, it was just 5.
Okay, I will use that to heal Tertius, or at least 4 points to heal him.
Okay. We'll say you move forward, lean down, and hit him for 4. Go ahead and mark one of those two 15s. That's really like 15 out of 15. It really should have been 10 out of 15, but I didn't make an adjustment last time. So go ahead and make it 6 out of 15. So that way you know you got 6 left.
Okay.
And yeah, you can leave 2, however you want. The dots are really just to let you know how many like special heals. So you have 1 special heal left because you have more than 5.
Right. That's kind of why I marked the check mark.
Yeah, and you can change all that later if you know, however you want to do it. I set it up the way I would set up a paladin, so you can make adjustments, and I can help you. Okay.
Okay.
So whenever it's appropriate, I am going to let the others that are near me know that, we heard noises from farther up this narrow passage that we're in.
Yep. And in fact, where you are, Nadia, your ceiling would actually have to go up at an incline. So from where you are, you can't even see up over this ledge.
That's fine.
How high is the ledge from it? Like, how high is that basically?
So the first one was like, 6 to 8 feet. I figured it wasn't a problem for you guys to help each other up and over it. Bogner, I figured that you had some help from Dalen, so I didn't care. I didn't worry about that first incline that's right here. This one though is much steeper, so we'll say it's closer to 15, 20 feet.
Yeah, but he's got a gloves of swimming and climbing.
Yeah, it gives him a bonus.
Yeah, it's +5.
Well, and if you need, we can kind of discuss what's going on here. Obviously, Evander's trapped over in this other. Has the water subsided yet, or
Yep.
how long do we
it just washed through. It was, like 6-second flood, right? It just kind of washed, cleaned out all the trash, so to speak.
I let the guys know that I'm going to go ahead and just kind of peek around the corner, see if I see anything coming. See what the goblin's doing. But then my question is, do you want me to get up there? I can get up there faster than you, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, I figure you should go up, but if
well, then we need somebody to come down. So I think Bogner needs to come down and take a, he needs to make his way past Tertius and get over here and at least look and see what's coming, because we want to make sure that we're not, leaving old Evander here to the wolves.
but the wolves are dead, so that'll be fine.
No, I saw another one. Remember, I told you.
I know.
So if Bogner's going to look, then I'm going to come up and I'll get up as far as I can, Jim. So that I can see what's going on up here.
Okay. All right. Give me another stealth roll, Nadia. I'm assuming you're stealthing, as you normally do.
Oh, yeah. If you want me to, I'll try to say that every time. But yes, I'm always going to be stealthy. Oh, not great.
Okay. So I'll look, but otherwise hold my action from where I'm at here at the corner.
Yeah, that's perfect, Bogner.
Yeah, so from where you are right now, I'll say you can see up this way, but you can't see the goblin that was up on the bridge.
That's fine.
Okay, I'll be okay in a second.
All right, and I'll take that 4 points of damage off.
All right. Am I able to see more that's going on up here, Jimmy?
Let me get you here. Trying to find out where the current goblin is for.
Because they ran by.
Well, I can't seem to find him.
All right. Well, while you find him, I'm going to go get some ice so I can pour myself a whiskey. And I'm using ice this time just to water it down so that I don't become so hammered.
All right, I'm back.
What kind of whiskey?
Jameson.
I bought a bottle of just their regular black barrel over the weekend because I saw it for $30 instead of. It was cheaper at Fry's than at Total Wine, basically.
So believe it or not, I don't like the regular black barrel. The regular black barrel is not nearly as good for me as just their normal. I've got to have that premium select on the black barrel for it to really, you know, hit my taste.
I haven't had the regular Jameson straight. I actually like the black barrel just because it's light. It's not. I like the flavor, but it's not heavy on the flavor. It doesn't have the peat that a lot of the scotches have.
So I like I like the regular Jameson just neat. I usually drink it without ice. But as I was telling Jim earlier last week, I was hammered because pouring a couple of fingers of scotch. I haven't been drinking on a regular basis, and yeah, it just kind of screwed me up.
Yeah, I've found that like I'll have a shot and a half of bourbon and think, I want some more. That was really good. And then I have the other shot and a half of bourbon and I really shouldn't have.
All right. So now that I finally got caught up here with where we're all at, Nadia, you do see one goblin over here that seems to be attempting to hide. And what we'll say is that you can tell that he saw you, but he chose not to attack you. He instead attempted to hide. And so what he did is he actually kind of tried to lay down behind a bedroll, if you will. But it's right. It's almost comical, right? It's like the kid hiding behind their hand.
Gotcha.
You can clearly see him, and he clearly saw you.
Do I have any more movement, or are we like at a point where we need to do checks and stuff?
No, I'm just gonna say that that's what happened.
Okay.
You made your move, and you saw him. He saw you, and he just now ducked down to not attack. You hear some more barking and growling from Goblin from up here, and Goblin 3 kind of points in your direction, but he doesn't say anything because he's still trying to hide.
Okay.
Dalen, you're up.
I could climb up there with you, and the two of us can just start running amok up here. But it'd be better to stay. It might be better to stay as a group.
I'm almost wondering if we should start an effort to pull back to where Evander is and shore ourselves up there.
Yeah, that's probably a better approach.
So, I mean, I think you should probably move up. I don't know if you can't get beyond Bogner or Tertius at this point.
Yeah, kind of a pretty good bottleneck.
So
I mean, I'd
just
let you
think-
move through with an acrobatics check.
So that's up to you if you want to try to move through with an acrobatics check. Bogner's portrait is sleeping again.
Yeah, it just means he hasn't clicked in the fantasy grounds table at all. No big deal.
I would be better at athletics than acrobatics, so I'm not going to try to do it.
Gonna move to the edge.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
All right. Well,
I'll tell Bogner and Tertius that we think our plan is to hole up with Evander.
Yeah. Now, I relayed what I saw, started motioning you back. You go ahead and boom, let's go back.
Although I guess the real question is, can we make it to Evander without being attacked? I mean, the Goblin at the most is holding one.
Yeah, but he's going to be even if he attacks. I mean, he's attacking. It's just one, and at least if we go running by, we're going to go ahead and see, what's going on. If there's anybody coming up,
Right, but my main point is we don't want to send Tertius as the person who would get attacked.
No, that's Bogner's in the lead right now. So I'm thinking that we go and, as Tertius run by, he'll try to throw a flame, but he's in the dark right now. He's going to grab onto Bogner's waistband, and he's going to produce his flame as he starts moving forward. And he'll look, but he's probably going to be at a disadvantage when he tries to throw it.
Okay. Are you?
Well, do you guys want to move where Evander is, or do you want to move back through the entrance?
Well, we need to pick up Evander. We need to, and I don't know if we can move to the entrance. I don't mind moving to the entrance as well, but we got to pick up Evander on the way. So at a minimum, you got to get to Evander and say, we're going back out.
So actually, what I'm wondering, do we just want to go out and do a couple ranged attacks on Goblin 6? But
that's what I was saying. As we run out, Tertius will throw a flame if he can. It'll probably be a disadvantage. So you, as a javelin, you could toss that at him if he's still there. Same thing, Nadia can shoot a bow as we run by.
Okay.
And then we can kind of form up at where Evander is, or we can move out to the entrance.
Okay. Well, are you moving or not moving? So we're still in combat.
I'm waiting for Bogner.
Okay. So Tertius, he's waiting. He's going to produce flame, but hold his action to. Well, he's
right.
Okay.
No, he's not holding an action. As we move, he'll try to throw at the Goblin 6, but he can't move until Bogner moves.
Right. All right. And we'll get to Bogner here in a minute. He readies. Goblin 6 is
And Nadia's just going to hold herself here at the edge of this cliff until she sees that her party is like disappearing out of the edge.
okay. Ready, set. All right. Goes to there. He'll come back. All right, Nadia, your turn.
I'm sitting here. I've got my bow ready. I'm holding an action. I'm waiting for them to clear out.
Okay, you gonna attack anything that attacks you, or vice versa?
Well, do I have a clear? First of all, before I do that,
You have a clear shot at Goblin 3. He's
and
prone,
I will take
so
a
you
shot.
would be
I will take
disadvantaged just
I'll
because
take
he's
a
prone.
shot at him.
Okay. Let me put a prone on him real quick.
I just put disadvantage on me.
Okay, that's fine.
So do I need to take the disadvantage
Nope,
away, or do I?
disadvantage is disadvantage. Doesn't double disadvantage you.
That would be funny if it did.
All right, you hit him.
Not very well though.
Yeah, it skips off a bundle of hide as it then pierces him. Okay, anything else?
Just enough where he's going to have to move to attack me back. So I'm out of his visual sight. He's going to have to come and try to get me if he wants to, and anything else coming's going to have to come around a corner.
All right, yeah. So you're on the ceiling still. Okay. Yeah, he'd
Thank
have
you.
like He'd have like 3/4 cover. It would be really tough to hit you from there. He'd probably move. Okay. Evander. He steps down to here and he looks around the corner and he sees you, Bogner.
But he doesn't have dark vision, does he?
No. Yeah, he can. He sees your outline. That's about all he can. But Tertius has the flame up though, right?
Yes, he reproduced it, so
Okay,
he's
so
ready to.
he can see Bogner, and he's kind of like
Okay.
shrugging, like pointing at me, pointing at you. You know, like, should I come over there?
What are you gonna tell him to do, Bob?
I mean, am I going to be able to communicate anything to him with just him seeing my outline?
No, Tertius has a produced flame in his hand, so you're visible. You're in a 10-foot radius of good light, so he can definitely see you. Evander can
Well,
see
at this
you.
point,
Alright,
we've
well, then
already
I'll just-
given them
I'll just-
awareness too. I mean, I wouldn't be adverse to you telling him what to do.
All right. Well, I'm going to tell him to move back towards the entrance.
All right, you know, yell at him to move back while you're pointing at him and pointing to the entrance. Okay.
Yeah.
He nods and kind of runs out. All right. That's what you would have seen as this goblin comes running out from the passageway that breaks off to your right, Nadia. And as he comes across here, he kind of skids to a stop. Um, and he can clearly see you, so he'll throw a javelin at you. But it misses. The javelin basically sails past you, across the ceiling, and kind of drops into the dirt across the water.
I give him the bird.
And then he runs further into the room. All right, Bogner.
I'm heading back to the entrance.
Okay, as you head back to the entrance, let me see, what's he gonna do? All right. Is that all you do?
Well, I'm out of movement, so yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if you're gonna take a shot at the goblin or as you were running by or what.
No.
We need to get Bogner like 50 throwing hammers, throwing axes.
with somebody to carry them all for him.
He's got a bag of holding.
Yeah, but it'd still be more entertaining to have somebody lugging 50 throwing axes and handing them one at a time.
He has a little dude that just sits there, carries a whole pack of axes.
We do the little juggling act as he hands them off to me.
That would be awesome. A little jester friend.
He could wear bells so he'd be louder than me.
Okay.
All right, so he's doing that. Okay. 21. Goblin steps up just from around the corner. He also sees you, only he's got a short bow ready. And he misses. And he steps back out of the way. All right. That goblin gets up and he moves out of your line of sight. There's some more growls and yips and barks from deeper into the room. Dalen, you're up. So you can move through Tertius. You just have to make either an acrobatics check as you jump down or an athletics check to climb down. Since you're kind of doing this quickly with some duress. All right, no problems. You climb down and you can make your move. Gonna go 10 feet where you are.
Yeah, and then I'm going to throw a javelin at this guy.
Okay. Yeah, you hit. All right. And you strike him, but he was looking for you, and as soon as he saw you, he makes some more barks and yips down the hall.
Am I allowed to continue my move?
Yep. You got, say, another 5 let's see. Well, you were going down, so you weren't. 5, 15. You got another 10 feet to move.
If I could go through rocks, it would be easy.
Yes, if you,
Yes.
you'd be safe if you could just somehow ghost through them.
I'll still move farther away from him.
All right, there you go. All right, Tertius, where's he going? Jerry, make it
How
back.
do you make an arrow again, Jimmy?
Left and right click together and then drag in a straight line.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Tertius is going to go ahead and he's going to step, across. And when he gets, actually, he's going to step across this direction. And when he gets here, he's going to try to attack that dude he's going to throw that flame at him.
Okay. He'll hit. All right.
And then I still have 20 feet of movement left, right?
Yep.
I'll just move right up behind Dalen. I obviously can't get around him easily.
You can. You can get around him.
I can?
Yeah, you can, come around a little bit into the water.
Come around a little bit
There's
into the
room.
water, and there's room.
Just
Just
up here in this passageway, it's rather tight.
All right, well, that's my 20 feet, my additional 20 feet.
Okay. All right. At this point, you hear the same sound you heard before. There's another rushing flood of water that comes rushing down through this area. This time I'm going to need Dalen, Bogner, Tertius, and yeah, even Evander is going to have to roll me a dexterity save again.
A dexterity save.
Yep, dexterity save. All right, Bogner and Dalen jump up onto the steps as the rushing water goes by. Evander just steps out of the way a little bit. Tertius, though, he gets caught. And he gets washed out to here with the flood. Yeah, not too bad. He only took a point of damage as he was rolled out from the entrance of the mouth.
He needed the bath.
So Goblin peeks up here. And sees you, but he doesn't want to take a shot. He's going to ready his short bow. So you can see him. He looks like he's ready to take a shot as soon as he gets a clear shot. All right, Nadia, you're up.
Okie doke. I am going to let's see here.
I'll leave those guys there.
All right. I'm going to cast a darkness spell on that far wall where I've got the 1 point. I don't know if you can see that, Jimmy, or not.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to cast a
Right
dark.
there.
Yep, I'm going to cast a darkness spell right there.
Okay. What's
Which
Okay.
is gonna it's a 15-foot radius, and I can do it up to 60 feet.
okay? So you want to do a control left and right click drag to make a circle. So hold down control and then hold left and right click. There you go. Perfect.
So I cast my darkness spell, and then I'm going to go ahead and move. And again, I'm on the ceiling, and I'm only going to move to here.
No problem.
And I'm looking and seeing what might be coming down our way.
Gotcha. Okay. Emder moves up, sees that Tertius is okay. And he will wait for the rest of you guys to come out.
Is he going to stand away from the river? I mean, I'm just saying, he just had to jump away, so.
Yeah, he could. I mean, it seems like there was several rounds between the waves.
I get it, but
So
you know, why risk yourself? All right. Who's up?
This goblin comes and appears up on the bridge. And let's see. I'm going to say since you did well, I don't know. Roll me So I'm going to say at this point, since it wasn't you're not in your typical skulking and you didn't tell me you were stealthing. If you were still intending to stealth as you moved around after hitting darkness and running away, then
I won't say I was doing that, but I mean, I would say that there's a bunch of stalactites and stuff like that, you said, right? So, I mean, if he's running across the bridge, I mean, he's got to catch me between that. And is he going to be looking at the ceiling or is he going to be looking at the floor?
yeah, that's a good point. He rolled a really, really poor perception, so I'm going to say he's looking down on the ground in the water, and he just does not notice that there's this monk among the stalactites on the ceiling. But he barks back down the corridor. Looks like he's barking this way along the bridge.
Oh, that darkness lasts for 10 minutes. It's a concentration deal as well.
Okay. All right, I'm just going to do that. So that'll be a reminder that it's a concentration check and it's been up for 10 minutes. I just added an effect under the darkness key.
That's fine. I just wanted to let you know, because I mean, obviously, if I hit or whatnot and my concentration breaks, it should disappear.
Yep, absolutely. So if I did the coding right, if you should take damage, it should auto roll that actually. Wagner, you're up.
Well, I guess I'm gonna look at Nadia and see if she looks like she's planning on coming out or what are we doing here?
Well, I'll be honest that Nadia is probably not looking at you. I'm covering our retreat. So, I've cast darkness over in the one area. I've now run out and I'm looking at the bridge and I've got a bow ready, but I'm not looking at you. I'm just covering retreat. So when my next turn comes up, I'm going to look over my shoulder and see where you are.
All right, Wagner makes out and around. All right. And you hear this as a goblin falls down the chute.
It takes a bunch of damage.
He does. He lands hard and coughs. Let's see. And that's all he can do because he's prone.
So Dalen is able to hear him fall down there, right?
Oh yeah. Yep. No problems. All right, Dalen, your turn. Goblin just fell down the chute. He's prone on the ground over there.
Maybe I'm not going to move. Maybe I'm gonna go. I mean, heck, he's prone. I can engage him without an attack, right?
So you can walk up and melee him, and you'll have advantage to that attack because he's on the ground. Or you could try to range attack him, and you'll have disadvantage.
I'm going to walk up and melee attack him with advantage.
All right. And I think I've got the prone effect, so you should just be able to do straight roll, and it should do what it needs to do. In fact, test it out for me and just do a roll like you would normal.
And attack like it would normally, you mean?
Yeah, don't click ADV. Just leave it alone. I think it'll auto calculate the advantage and give you the roll. Ah, good.
Yeah, it did.
Okay, so you hit. All right. And he dies. You didn't score a very solid hit. I mean, it was a decent hit, but between that and the damage of the goblin falling, yeah, no problems. All right, you got what? What was that, 15?
He moved 20.
20? So you got 10 feet of movement left if
feet.
you want to move back.
Gotta move back.
At least what I saw from the arrow.
Yeah, I'll move back 10.
All right. It'll be up to Tertius. Tertius will stand up. And he goes over there.
He's ready to offer any healing. So he's got some healing prepared in case anybody comes out and he notices that they're injured.
Okay.
So a healing word probably is the best one because he can do that at range where the cure wounds is a touch.
Right. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Oh. You hear another, only this scream was slightly long, about twice as long as the previous goblin, and he lands with a thud.
I guess I'll be cleaning up the trash in here for a while.
All right, Nadia. You got a goblin on the bridge that you can see, and he doesn't quite see you yet.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take a shot at him with my short bow. I missed him.
Yep.
But I will go ahead and then come around the corner out of his sight. I'm assuming this will be out of his sight.
Yeah. Yeah, and you got more. You got plenty of room to get there.
You got plenty of room to
And
get there.
he did,
And
when
I'll
the arrow
yell-
flicks
He
at it,
did.
he looks up and he saw you scamper off.
And I'll yell over to, I'll yell towards the entrance because I can't see anybody here other than Tertius. I'll yell, "We got him coming down the chimney."
I wonder if they like it.
I don't know. I just want to see how many come down the chimney.
All right. All right. Evander. I guess he'll just he'll hang out. All right, he'll go over there. Okay, Bugner. You hear some fighting. You hear some goblin screams, and you hear Dalen
Well,
kind
you
of
should have heard me yell out.
I didn't get that.
He should have heard me yell out that the goblins are coming down the chimney.
Well, then I'll yell back. Do you want to hold there or hold out here?
All right. Well, if you're yelling there, I can't answer you on your turn. So I don't know. I'll ask Jim. Can I answer?
You can say like, yeah, you can say like a one-word response.
A one-word response?
Here.
Here.
My response is, Dalen.
Dalen called out here, so you can hear him from inside.
It's not that. It's my response. It's Dalen. It's just, come on, you should know. It's Dalen.
So you got your response. You can react how you want.
Well, I'm just going to hold it here because the last thing I heard was, or thought we were doing, was moving back out here.
We were.
Okay.
On my turn, I might tell you to come back in. I'll let you know.
All
So
right.
the first dead orc, did he cushion the second orc any?
No. Yeah, no, the first goblin did not cushion the second goblin's fall any. Well, he might have. He only took the same amount of damage and he fell twice as far, so maybe he did. All right, Dalen. Goblins are raining from the chute.
Is that close enough to attack? I think it is.
Yep, that's close enough.
Use your fine long sword.
And reaches down to stab as the goblin rolls over moaning, and he stabbed the first goblin instead of the second one that's still alive.
With advantage, the fancy longsword fails.
Sorry, that's funny.
It's just kind of funny.
But I mean, you stabbed a goblin, just wasn't the one that was alive.
So
All
do
right.
I get experience for killing the second one or the first one again?
No, but it's a moral victory that you hit something. All right, you gonna stay there or step back?
He is prone, so
He shouldn't get an attack of opportunity if he's prone.
right.
I think he can. It's just a disadvantage because he's on the ground.
I'm not stepping. My goal isn't to step it back, but I want to step to one side if possible, so someone else could come
Sure.
up and engage if it needed to. Is that distance too far away though, or that's what I'm trying to figure
Yeah,
out?
I'll say you can get to there.
Okay.
Because if I move you any further, you'll be like literally in the wall. So
Right.
okay, Tertius. You don't see other people coming out, and
Well, Tertius will take his chances and he'll move up to the edge. At the same time as he's moving up, he'll look at Bogner like, "What's up?" He can see Nadia now, right?
yes.
I'll just shrug at him. I don't know what the hell they're doing in there.
Dirtying my fancy longsword.
On a dead goblin.
All right, the goblin that fell down. He gets up, looks up, expecting wolves, sees you. He's like, that is not what I wanted to see. No, he's in a tight spot. But he will do that. All right. Well, he as a bonus action, he disengages. He tries to climb as his movement. Can't seem to get a good purchase on anything. So he sits there, turns, kind of gives a resignated sigh, and pulls out a scimitar and takes a swing at you, Dalen. And he misses. All right, Nadia. The goblin's now standing.
I don't know why I read twice.
I've been
Yes.
untargeting the other ones for you, and I just didn't get to them in time.
Oh.
All right, so 16 misses. Okay. So the arrow goes whistling overhead. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna move back up here, and I'm gonna check out what's going on up here, up to the north east. At the same time, I said I'll tell Bogner again. There's goblins coming down the chimney.
All right, so you see one goblin on the bridge, and you see another goblin on the path underneath the bridge. The goblin on the bridge.
Do I get a chance to go ahead and tell Bogner that there's a goblin coming down the path?
Yeah, you absolutely do.
So we've got goblins down the chimney, goblins down the path, the goblins on the bridge.
Goblins and goblins and goblins, oh my.
All right. And again, you're on the ceiling, so they're looking ground level, so they don't seem to see you. At least they don't. The one on the bridge had a bow cocked and seemed like he was, prepared to shoot at anything he saw. All right. Evander moves up right behind you, Bogner. He says, "Are we going in?" Kind of, expecting you as the tank to lead the way.
He should have given him inspiration.
Yeah, that's a good point. I could see him doing that. Because he definitely wants Bogner to be a good tank in front of him.
Are we going in? You go first.
Goblins. Very dangerous.
Very dangerous.
Yeah. All right,
Very
another
nice,
goblin
Jeff.
appears on the bridge and also doesn't seem to see you up there on the roof. All right, Bogner.
Do they seem to just be going across the bridge, or are they looking?
No,
What are they doing?
they stepped out on each side. One came from the northwest, one came from the southeast that you can gauge, and both are short bows at the ready, looking to shoot the first thing they can see. And the one down on the ledge, he has a javelin as he's coming around. All right, Bogner moves in around. I'll say nobody could see you. You couldn't see anybody else.
All right, so when I look in the room here, I can only see the one that's kind of near Dalen.
Yep, you can definitely see that goblin that's near Dalen. He's standing up and he has a scimitar.
All right, I'll go ahead and throw an axe at him.
All right, what's the range? I targeted 25 feet. Is your axe a 20?
I don't know. Let's use try to see that.
Yeah, range is 2060.
Yeah, 2060. So you're at long range right now. You could probably move in another 10 feet.
So anything beyond 20 feet is at disadvantage up to 60 feet. Anything beyond 60, just you couldn't throw it far enough to do any real damage. You might hit something, but it really just get their attention. That's about it.
I moved there a second. I'll be in the 20-foot range.
Yep.
All right.
Heave ho. Ah, you hit. All right.
A glancing blow.
Yep.
But enough to do the job.
I think I want to just stick my fancy longsword in him and leave it there.
Pointing up. Props his fancy lord.
All right, you got another, let's see, that was what, 10, 15. So you got 10 feet of movement if you want to move somewhere.
I'll move it there.
Okay. All right, and nope, nobody can see you. Dalen.
So if I move out to here, can I see one of the goblins on the bridge? Like 38?
Yes, you would be able to see 38.
All right, I'm going to move out to there and throw a javelin at him.
Okay. He had a held action to shoot whatever he saw, and he sees
That's
you.
fine.
So he will shoot a short bow at you. And he misses. So go ahead and...
It must be a fancy short bow.
Must be. And you hit with a javelin. Oh, and you take him right in the chest after he shot you, and in spectacular fashion he falls off the back of the bridge and lands with a splash in the stream, and he's like slowly floating downstream towards you guys.
And it might... I'm going to hide behind the tank.
All right.
Because it's the last 5 feet, and then I'm done.
All right, so Tertius is going to activate the drift globe.
Alrighty.
And he's going to just activate the spell of light. So he doesn't have to have the produce flame up, because obviously he might be wanting to throw that. So he's going to activate that. And he's going to move up here right next to Dalen. And that's about all he's going to do.
Okay. So it lights up in his hand.
It floats, doesn't it?
Oh, okay. You're gonna command it to float along beside you.
Yeah.
Okay. So yep, it lights up and it's floating 5 feet from him. Now, are there any? Let's see. Are there any
It's just like an ion stone. No, not for that. It doesn't talk about charges in here at all.
Okay, then it doesn't.
Then it doesn't.
Oh, okay. So it's just the daylight effect is once per day. Okay. All right. Let's see. I'm going to say he still doesn't see you. All right. Goblin over here. He gets to here. And he does notice you up there on the ceiling. And so he's going to throw a javelin at you. And it's going to miss.
I wiggle my backside at him.
And then he retreats hastily back the way he came. And I'll say that bridge itself is kind of between you and him, so no line of sight. Nadia, your turn.
Nadia, your turn.
Actually, no, because I still can't catch him. I can't reach him from the ceiling, can I?
Goblin 27?
Adam?
Right.
Yeah, no, what I said before is, there's enough stalactites that you could probably
Probably.
position yourself on one, straddle one, so you're down low enough you could strike him.
All right. Well, I'm going to move up and I'm going to attack him.
Okay.
Why am I still getting two? I only have one targeted. I don't have advantage anywhere.
Yeah, for some reason it tried to target yourself. That's weird.
All right. Well, do I hit him?
Yes.
Or do I need to...
Yes.
Yep, you hit, so go ahead and
Alright.
roll damage.
And am I able to see any more around either of these corners or anything while I'm up here?
You can see part of 39. That's the one that threw the javelin at you underneath and retreated. But you cannot see any other goblins. And here I'll open up some map here in a second.
Okay.
So you can see down that way. And you can see down that way.
All right. Well, I'm going to pull back around this corner.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm going to yell back at the same time. I see one more on the path. Don't see anything on the cross tunnels for the bridge.
All right, I put
All
a
right, I put a
pointer up there for
pointer
the
up there
15
for
feet.
this.
All right, Evander splashes up to there, and he'll just use a cantrip on himself, Blade Ward.
Blade Ward.
Oh, that 15 feet is still the darkness.
Yes. Since you redrew it, it made it disappear, so I created a persistent pointer.
Persistent.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to figure out how to actually make an arrow.
Yep, that's okay.
How do I make an arrow?
Just an arrow pointer.
Yeah.
Okay, so you would just put your cursor wherever you want the arrow to start from, and you left and right click and hold, and then drag in the direction you want the arrow to be, and then release.
I didn't realize that was actually making an arrow before.
Yep, and then if you
I
just
just saw the
and
2
then if you
points.
just-
yeah, then if left
Yeah,
and right click
then-
together, it removes it.
Got it.
Okay, Wagner, you just moving up 5 feet there. Are you moving up a little further?
No, I haven't moved at all yet.
Okay, that must have been left over from your last movement. Okay. What would you like to do?
So I'm going to suggest to Dalen that he stays here and watch the chimney, and I'll go ahead and move up.
Okay. Okay, there we go. That's why I wait. You want to stay there? Well, I'll move you to there. And at that point, you can see that there's a goblin just ahead of you around the corner. So you got 5 feet of movement left. You can choose to take another 5 feet forward or back or stay put, whatever.
So, is there any way up on top of the bridge from where I'm at, or do I have to basically go under it and follow it around?
Yeah, you'd have to go around underneath it and try to find a way. You can try to climb up, but it's 20 feet up, so, and you've already made all your moves, so you'd have to attempt to climb next time.
You said I can still move just a little bit to try and get a better angle on him, or not?
Yep, you got 5 feet. You can step to your left in the water. Yep, you can move there.
Well, basically, I'm going to be under the bridge, so anyone coming from the side passages will have an obstructed view of trying to attack me. And then I'll take my remaining throwing axe and throw it at him, or hand axe.
Okay.
Ooh, crit. Oh, yeah.
Alrighty.
And he should have a bigger field of view from there, right? He can see a little bit further even.
Yeah, a little bit. Not a lot further because of the bend in the area.
No, right. I just, if there was anybody else on the path, and he won't see that guy because he's under the bridge and he's obstructed. So
Right.
Red Hot Chili
Right.
Peppers song, Under the Bridge.
All right, but this goblin comes out, and he sees Evander down there. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, short bow, 4, 5, 6, javelin. Short bow. Oh, and he hits Evander. So some damage, but thankfully Evander had blade ward up, so he only took partial damage. Took 2 points instead of 5.
Oh, that's cool. I wasn't sure what Blade Ward did.
Yeah, gives him damage resistance against non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, slashing.
So, bludgeoning doesn't make any sense. Piercing and slashing do, but Blade Ward.
You can hit somebody with the flat side of your blade too.
True.
Yeah, maybe it should be weapon ward or something. I don't know.
It doesn't
Just
blow as
saying.
nicely.
I'm just being my argumentative self.
All right.
No, you're not.
So just to let you know, we're keeping track of time. We're at 11:36, so we're coming close to our limit for the evening. Dalen, you're up.
So how high is that bridge anyway?
20 feet.
All right. My current movement puts me underneath it, which is a decent place to stop. I assume Wagner's underneath it too, so I might have to adjust the end point slightly.
Why wouldn't you stop and throw a javelin at that dude?
Oh, yeah, you're right. At the curve, I can throw a javelin at the dude, and
Okay.
then I'll continue under the bridge.
So move to the curve. And target him. Throw your javelin and then keep running.
I shouldn't do meta stuff. That's my fault. Oh, but
Nice.
I like the result. Was it a fancy javelin?
Nope. It's probably one of the goblin javelins. It was probably his own javelin.
The one he made for his friend who was going out to take his duty because he didn't want to take duty today. You're just returning it.
Gambling.
Yep, you're just returning it. And again, it takes him off his feet and he bounces off the wall behind and then rolls over and splashes into the stream. So Bogner, you kind of jump for a second, ready to strike out when you see this dead goblin just kind of slowly working its way along in the water.
At this rate, if my longsword breaks, I'm going to start meleeing with my javelins.
Fair enough. We'll treat it like a spear.
Spear.
All right, you done?
All right. You done?
Oh, yeah.
All right, Tertius. Moves up. The glowing orb drifts along with him.
I'm assuming I can't get onto the bridge with them. I moved 25 feet. 30 feet would put me like right.
Yeah,
on
you
top
can't
of it.
end your
You can't end your
movement in the same space as somebody. So yeah, you
All right,
can
so
get to
I'm
there.
assuming this is as far as I can go.
Yep.
I like how the two guys with the most hit points are hiding under the bridge.
Yeah. And the most armored as well.
I'm close.
All right, Nadia.
Oh, Goblin 17 didn't move? Oh, or maybe he did and I didn't see him.
Who?
Who?
Well, Tertius, Goblin 17 was after Tertius, so I didn't see Goblin 17 do anything, but that's okay.
Yep.
So before I move further, I'm going to move to here. I'm on the ceiling, and I'm going to look down the hallway, see if I see anything,
You do
and
not.
then down,
You do not.
the other side. Well, that was only part of my movement.
Yep.
I was
Absolutely.
moving.
40 feet
Absolutely.
left.
Yep. 40 feet left.
Yeah, but I did the little control thing that was supposed to make me move both ways. That was the hallway I was talking about.
Oh, okay. So we'll move you there.
I don't know
since-
why the
Moving
control
there
didn't
since-
the control didn't hit. So I don't see. Do
I
I
don't
see
know.
anything either direction?
No.
I'm going to stay on the stalactites, and I'm going to move up to this like corner, and I'm going to be stealthy.
All right. Give me a fresh stealth roll.
That was pretty fresh.
It's fresh. She's so fresh. So, like, I'm trying to hide behind these stalactites.
So let me uncover some stuff and then explain a couple things. Okay. So from where you are here, you can see a little bit to the east and to the southeast. The southeast, the lower walkway has rough-hewn stairs that go up into this upper level, and this upper level is, about 20 feet up from the lower level. To the east, what you see are the remains of some dams, and from what you can gather is that those floods came from these two areas. So this was was a dam that was unblocked and then rushed out. You can see some timber and stone work along the edges, and then you can see some timber and stone work back in here. And both of these areas the water is not 20 feet high. It's down the same level as the bottom stream, but way back in the back, you can see that the water does come in here from some source. You're not sure if it's not a pond. I can't think of what they call it when you've got an underwater source of water.
Oh, it's a estuary. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank, but basically the water comes into this area from here. And
Spring, isn't it?
Well, but there's an actual word. It's like I want to say estuary or something like that.
A spring. So you're not sure if it's like I know what you mean. It's you don't know if this is like a spring that's sourced from like the wall, or if there's another creek that comes in through the ground into here. But
estuary that I'm thinking of is not the right word.
no, that's a much bigger body of
Yeah.
moving water, like a river.
All right. So what I see, am I able to indicate back to them from what I see? Can I indicate that I want them to like be going down to the south
Yeah.
southeast
Yeah.
area. Okay. So obviously I'm not going to talk at this point because I don't want anybody to hear us, but I'm going to, indicate you want to go south.
Okay, so you're pointing kind of where they should go.
Yeah, I'm indicating they need to follow the path and not try to go up the riverbed.
All right. Evander comes up, and he's like, you know what? That was such a good thing. I'm going to do that again.
Oh, he's going to give himself that blade ward.
Yep, he's going to give himself that blade ward again because it only lasts a round, wears off.
I wasn't sure what was so good.
All right, Bogner.
So Jim, I did indicate that I'm hiding behind stalactites, so I'm, avoiding a direct view if they're coming down.
Yep, and I got your stealth roll, 22.
Okay.
All right, Bogner, you move to there. That's 20 feet. You got another 5, or you can.
Can he see any more here? Does he see any enemies?
Yeah, I'll move up to move 5.
I'll say for the most part, you can see. There you go. You can see that. Nope, you don't see any other enemies in here. Whoop. That's not legible. There we go. So this cavern is half filled. Well, now it's not filled with 2 large pools of water. So the narrow waterfall.
So wait just a second. Is it just me, or is Jimmy all of a sudden like not coming through like clear? He's almost got some kind of
Yeah, it's garbled.
reverb.
All right. We still good? Better?
Oh, there you go. Perfect.
Okay. Yeah, sometimes the data rate drops and Discord garbles things. It says, so this cavern was half filled with 2 large pools of water. A narrow waterfall high in the eastern wall feeds the pools, or would have fed the pools. And the pools normally drain out the western end, but the fieldstone walls that were serving as dams have been broken, and which allowed the 2 floods. You can see your passages leading in or out from the west side, and a wide exit is towards the south. The waterfall echoes throughout the cavern and does make it fairly difficult to hear.
Okay. And Bogner, that's as far as he can move, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, Dalen.
I'm gonna move up behind Bogner.
Okay. Now it's stairs and it's not rubble. I'll say with stairs that you can move by Bogner if you want. And since there's no immediate fighting.
So do you want to move further, or you want to stay behind him?
I'll go ahead and move further.
So
Alright.
since there's no obvious enemies in sight, then I'm gonna kind of motion people kind of gather around so we can plan before we do anything else.
Okay. You gonna do anything, Dalen, besides move up?
Just look around.
All right, Tertius moves to there. His orb follows him. I'm just kind of. I'm assuming that's where he would go, Jerry. My apologies.
Yeah, he'll be moving behind Wagner. That's fine.
All right, Nadia.
Well, I'm walking on the ceiling, so I'm just going to walk straight up here. I just want to make sure that there's nothing that's going to surprise us from the rear. So I mean, that should open up the rest of that upper area, right?
Yep.
Yep.
All right, and I can see Dalen from here, right?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so I moved 25 feet. So I'm going to move another 15 feet to bring me up to my range. And I'm going to try to, I'm again hiding behind the stalactites, but I want to see what's going on over down this thing. This other looks like stairs up or down.
Sure. Let me
I
see
actually
what's
still
going
have
on here.
5 feet of movement if I need it, but
Oh, wrong guy.
do I need to do a stealth check?
No, we'll keep the same one that you had.
Okay.
All right. So again, what you see.
Well, I've already seen most of it, but
As you kind of walked to where you were, that's why I opened it up a little bit here on the eastern side. So again, you see a wolf, and you see the bugbear. But they seem to be looking down and this way. Well, the
right.
wolf's more like looking at the bugbear, but the bugbear definitely wasn't looking at the ceiling.
Well, I'd kind of be out of his focus anyway.
And you are now.
Yeah.
And
You don't have direct line of sight.
you
You can
don't.
see the wolf.
Right. So I'm gonna, for the end of my turn, I'm gonna indicate back to those guys that I see two big opponents. Because that was the bigger wolf, right? That was the one you said it was a big wolf.
Yeah, it was a larger wolf.
And then, the bugbear. So I'm gonna indicate back two down this direction. And Dalen's probably the only one that might have a chance of seeing me. Wagner's probably out of range, and Tertius is definitely out of range.
Yep.
So, but that's my indication, and then my turn is done.
All right. Evander runs up. And he's wussy, so he's going to do that again. You hear in a deeper, louder voice somebody calling out, yelling. All right, Wagner.
I'm gonna call it a night here.
Okay.
I mean, just in general, I want someone to guard the passageway that's directly to the south of where I'm at before we move into this other room. But yeah, I want to call it a night.
Okay. Yeah, I was just looking at the time. We were going to be 5 minutes. I figured that might be enough time to take out this guy up here, and then that would be it for the evening.
Well, I don't know, and I haven't got any indication if the rest of the group wants to do the guarding of this passageway, so no, I'm just gonna call it a night.
Okay. So we'll say, did you want to just say that you're guarding this area as they continue to take out that guy, or?
Well, I don't know if it's going to be me or Dylan or who it's going to be, so that's why I was trying to motion people around me so we could discuss what we were going to do before we actually do anything. But like I said, good stopping point.
Okay. Well, we'll figure it out. Do you guys want to just? I mean, this is as good a spot as any, really, to pause right before you head in to take this guy on.
It's a good cliffhanger location.
I'm easy.
All right. Sounds like this is a good
So
place to stop.
how much longer is the darkness spell that I got going on going to stay?
8 seconds.
Another 95 rounds.
Okay. Because I haven't taken any damage is what you're, I mean,
Correct.
I didn't make a set. I mean, even if I take damage, I get to make a save on that, right?
Yeah, you get to make a Constitution save to see if you maintain concentration. And it's like a 10 or better or something to make the save, unless the damage is higher. Okay.
Okay.
Well, we're going to end it here then, and we'll pick it up next week.